Recovery is a process of decisions podcast. This podcast is a weekly revealing of the recovery journey of peer support specialist Trent Thomas. Join him on his internal research-driven dive into what to and what not to do in sustaining recovery. His weekly episodes demonstrate that you are not alone, and what we can't do alone, we can do together. This life is hills and valleys, but we were built for struggle. These weekly episodes are a journey into his life lessons as he fulfills his daily mandate to help someone other than himself. Welcome. The Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. Welcome to the Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. This is Trent Thomas, your recovery peer support specialist. Tonight's episode is entitled Recovery is a Everyday Battle. Early in recovery, I was told a slogan that stated, "It gets greater later." I used to think that meant you get more things, more acquisitions. Today, I realize it truly means your capacity to apply the things you've learned increases, that the lessons of life expand, where it becomes easy to apply the right decisions. For me, it has meant that what used to be impossible, such as asking for help or admitting when I was wrong or submitting to corrections, which used to be next to impossible, now becomes easy to do. I readily accept my correction. Where I used to rebel or find excuses where I was not wrong or even needed correction. Now I listen, apologize, and make adjustments immediately. Each and every day, life throws life at you. Nobody gets a pass at dealing with life on life's terms. This life is comprised of hills and valleys, a constant struggle of ups and downs. With the disease of addiction, I struggle to best a disease that consistently and ruthlessly seeks my early, premature death. Never a day off. There is no cure, only constant application of treatment. This treatment for me is the lifelong mandate of helping someone other than myself. By steadily applying this mandate, I save myself by helping to save someone other than myself. By redirecting my daily focus on helping others, I put at rest the selfish desire that is my disease. My disease wants to have me focusing on my own selfish desires and wants. A desire to satisfy an insatiable compulsion to stray ahead first into anything that looks or feels good. A compulsion that has no off switch. The only remedy is prevention. Thus, by redirecting my focus away from my own selfish desires, I protect myself from making bad decisions. Decisions that have as its consequences severe physical, mental, and spiritual injury. Consequences which can and will destroy myself, my family, and all our happiness. Each day I receive a daily reprieve from the God of my understanding to just do better, make better decisions. This doing better comes as a direct result of learning better from better teachers, thus making better decisions and suffering less consequences for bad decisions and reaping more rewards from making good decisions. Recently, I had an intense conversation with my significant other about something I desperately wanted and had convinced myself I deserved, and she should immediately give it to me or else I would seek it elsewhere. I went to sleep with this on my mind. At 3 a.m., I woke up after a dream where I realized I was falling into an addictive mindset, where my addictive nature of desiring anything that looked or felt good became the sole focus of my most intense desire, and I had to have it. This mindset could very easily lead me to making a rash decision filled with devastating consequences. The consequences could leave me suffering and pretty much destroy my entire life and possibly end my life prematurely, all because I followed my addictive mind of self deception, a mindset where I deceived myself into making one wrong decision. This one decision could very easily destroy my happiness and execute extreme mental, physical, and spiritual pain on me and my family. Once I played this tape all the way through, I had a new realization and readily admitted I was wrong. And at 4 a.m., I apologized for my behavior and asked forgiveness from God and my partner. This action was actually easy for me. It was easy to admit I was wrong. Gone was the stubborn collection of bad past behaviors that would have me rationalizing my actions and sidestepping my request for forgiveness. I actually submitted to my new rationale of self correction. I am actually doing better. I have learned better and therefore can do better, thus getting better outcomes, less consequences, and more rewards. My life is getting greater later. More application of godlike principles prevented my past stubborn resistance to submitting to God's will. My life is testimony to the revelations of recovery. Recovery does work. If God could see fit to save a wretch like me, a stubborn addict addicted to anything that looked and felt good, then he can save someone other than me. God did not save me for me to sit on my story, but rather share it in the hope that through my story, someone other than me could also be saved by this same God. This is Trent Thomas on another episode of Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. You can now subscribe to this podcast and receive special in-depth episodes for subscribers only, as well as a private personal email account to communicate directly with me for comments and show suggestions. In addition, I will be doing podcast shout-outs to all those subscribers who request shout-outs. As always, your inspiring comments can be left at transnetrecover.com/podcast. Please feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, hashtag TransnetRecover. Thank you and have a blessed day.